Jai Shri Ram. Namaste to all my Hindu brothers and sisters. This is my first video in English. I have made many videos in Telugu, but for the first time, I am making one in English. My videos will feel very different to you because I research topics that no one has touched before in this country and present them with proper evidence. In the two Telugu states, my videos have already created a sensation. My goal is to share the results of my hard work and research with the world through Hindi and English. I sincerely hope that you all will bless my YouTube channel, Dark Secrets of B.R. Ambedkar. Today my topic is, who are the real patriots between these two? Naga Sadhus vs B.R. Ambedkar. Let us look at what B.R. Ambedkar said about the Naga Sadhus in the Bahishkrit Bharat newspaper, founded by him in 1927, and in his 1955 book, Thoughts on Linguistic States. B.R. Ambedkar, in his speeches, strongly criticized the behavior of the Naga Sadhus. He described them as an unproductive group and a symbol of those who deceive devotees. He condemned their way of life, attire, and the promotion of religious fanaticism. I feel like laughing as a proverb comes to mind, "Don't judge a book by its cover." The outward appearance of a book does not always reflect its true value. One can understand its real worth only after reading it. Imagine the appearance of the Naga Sadhus and B.R. Ambedkar. One is like a book that appears to the outside world covered in ashes from cremation grounds, with matted hair and without a single piece of cloth on the body. The other, B.R. Ambedkar, is like a book that appears in a suit and modern attire, living a modern lifestyle. If one places these two books side by side and assumes that the well-dressed B.R. Ambedkar book is more valuable just by its appearance, then how unwise such a judgment would be. You will come to understand this through this video. At first glance, the book of Naga Sadhus may appear crude, repulsive, and uncivilized due to their unconventional attire. But shall we read it and try to understand its true value? Naga Sadhus. Adi Shankaracharya was a strong inspiration for the Naga Sadhus. He believed that to protect Hindu Dharma, not only spiritual monks were needed, but also warrior monks who could fight with weapons. So, he paved the way for their formation. Naga Sadhus are warrior monks of the sannyasa tradition in India. Unlike regular monks who focus only on meditation, they became known as ascetics who could also fight in battles. Their main purpose was to protect Hindu Dharma, safeguard temples, and defend the country from invading forces such as the Mughals, the British, and other invaders. One of the most revolutionary ascetics in India, the Naga Sadhus primarily belong to the Shaiva tradition and are mostly seen during Kumbh Melas. However, looking at their history, there are records of their participation in battles for the nation and Dharma. Some examples of the battles fought by Naga Sadhus for the nation and Dharma. 1. Naga Sadhus war tradition against Mughal. Rulers. From the 15th to the 18th century, Mughal rulers began attacking Hindu temples in India and forcing religious conversions. To stop these attacks and protect the temples, the Naga Sadhus stepped forward. Expertise in weaponry, swords, spears, intense training. Naga Sadhus took up arms and fought against Mughal and other Islamic invaders during the medieval period. During Aurangzeb's rule, 1658 to 1707, they fought to protect temples in Varanasi, Mathura, and Ayodhya. They joined forces with Hindu kings, especially Rajputs and Marathas, in battles. In 1733, they fiercely resisted Mughal governor Muhammad Bangash in battle. They embraced death on the battlefield with courage. They lived a fearless life, wearing no clothes and considering their bodies as armor. Displayed their strength at sacred events like the Kumbh Mela. They were also known as warrior saints. 2. Support for the Maratha Empire. In the 18th century, the Naga Sadhus were strong supporters of the Maratha Empire. In the 1757 Battle of Plassey, some Naga Sadhus supported the Bengal Nawab against the British East India Company. In the 1763 Battle of Panipat, historical records suggest that they fought alongside the Maratha warriors against Ahmad Shah Abdali's forces. In 1761, Naga Sadhus fought for the Marathas in the Battle of Panipat. They participated in wars fought by the Maratha Empire to protect the Hindu faith. Third fight against the British. The Naga Sadhus also joined the freedom struggle to protect their traditions and Hindu Dharma during British rule. In the 18th century, they fought against the East India Company. They participated in the 1857 Sepoy Mutiny. They provided weapons to the rebels. They played a key role in the Swadeshi movements against British rule. Fourth, Naga Sadhus support to Sikh Guru Govind Singh. In the 17th century, when Guru Govind Singh started the Khalsa Panth to fight against the injustice of Islamic rulers, the Naga Sadhus helped the Sikh warriors. In 1708, when Govind Singh fought against the British and the Mughals, he received support from the Naga Sadhus. 5. Present status of Naga Sadhus. Even today, Naga Sadhus are a major attraction at the Kumbh Mela. In some regions of Northeast and North India, they continue to focus on protecting Dharma. They are always ready to defend the nation in times of emergency. Naga Sadhus are still seen as symbols of bravery and warrior spirit. They mainly travel through akharas, dedicating their lives to protecting Hindu Dharma. In short, Naga Sadhus were not just protectors of Dharma, but also warrior monks who fought for the defense of the nation. They participated in many battles against the Mughals, the British, and other enemies. Even today, they hold a respected place in Indian culture for their religious and traditional significance. They were warriors in the form of monks, always ready to fight against anti-national forces, protecting both Dharma and the country. At first glance, their appearance might seem strange or unsettling, but when we learn about their history and brave battles, it gives us goosebumps. How inspiring are their sacrifices for the nation and Dharma. These warriors, though appearing unusual, have left behind a legacy of courage and dedication. Now, shall we read the book with B.R. Ambedkar's cover photo, where he appears elegant in modern clothing? B.R. Ambedkar, constantly criticizing Hinduism while collaborating with anti-national forces. B.R. Ambedkar's political strategy, where he saw India's independence as a disaster and tried to keep the country under British rule. The so-called intellectual who supported the British divide and rule policy by separating Dalits Harijans, who are an integral part of Hinduism, from their own religion. While the entire nation was fighting against British rule for freedom, B.R. Ambedkar was enjoying a ministerial position in the British government. Despite never participating in a single independence movement, B.R. Ambedkar is portrayed as a patriot, the only person who actively toured the country and campaigned against the independence struggle. The so-called intellectual who told the British during the Round Table conferences that Dalits did not want independence and supported British rule. The great B.R. Ambedkar, who sought to separate Dalits from Hindu society and demanded a separate autonomous state or country for them. Opposing the Constituent Assembly and arguing against the need for a constitution, yet today being hailed as the father of the Constitution. Rising to a high position, using the Hindu system and then working against Hinduism. The so-called intellectual who branded Brahmins as enemies of Dalits, despite relying on them from the beginning of his career to the last days of his life. In shorts, the book cover looks beautiful at first glance, but the content is filled with anti-national policies, anti-religious views, ideas that push people towards slavery, strategies that divide society and create hatred among people, opposition to the freedom struggle, and selfish political agendas driven by the desire for power. A visually appealing book with disturbing content. Hamara Prasad's final statement. The book on Naga Sadhus, which may look rough and unpolished, stands as a true symbol of nationalism, defense of the country, and protection of Dharma. On the other hand, the beautifully designed book on B.R. Ambedkar supports slavery, opposes India's independence, divides Dalits from Hinduism, promotes division among people, and spreads a dangerous ideology. That is why ancestors have said, don't judge a book by its cover. Sir, B.R. Ambedkar, the false writings you made about our Naga Sadhus, maybe our ancestors could not question you back then, but today we are questioning and rejecting your false words. To those watching this video or reading this article, decide for yourself which book truly represents greatness. Between Naga Sadhus and B.R. Ambedkar, who is the real patriot? Share your opinion in the comments. Jai Shri Ram Bharat, Mata Ki Jai.